What's up with y'all out there? Hey, it's your boy Retro. I'm back with another video. We're gonna check out some NBA 2K25 news and some videos. Hey, I know everyone's doing it right now. It's the hot thing right now. But I want to give y'all an opportunity on my channel as well to see it. We're gonna talk about the new My Player Builder, our opinion about it. Over here, we don't glaze 2K. We keep it real. I don't play all that. Oh, it's gonna be no. I don't try to be optimistic. I've been playing 2K for years and I'm never gonna get them the benefit of the doubt because I just can't. I just can't anymore. So we're gonna see how the My Player Builder is. This is gonna be part one of the NBA 2K25 reaction. Then I'll have another video right after this one, just talking about the gameplay and how we look at the physics and everything. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We do pretty good over here. We do a lot of things over here. We do have a podcast, Fact or Fiction podcast that just here to educate and elevate the youth. Also, we have the gaming side, which you're seeing here, reactions to upcoming games. We just did an Outlast playthrough. I just did the finale not too long ago. The video will be in the description. We do a lot of playthroughs. We're doing Godfather, and I also take recommendations as well. So if you're new here, like I said, subscribe, like, comment, share, and join the family. The good thing about my channel is I ain't monetized, so guess what? You ain't got to worry about no ads. So let's just continue to grow the family and do what we can to make it better. So let's get to it. Here is the video for the My Player Builder. We're gonna look how this builder is gonna look. Let's just dive right into it. I'm really excited just to be disappointed. Because I'm at the point now, it's like, 2K ain't been good to me since, like, I want to say 16, 17. The best visually was 2K14 to me by far. The best overall game itself, 16, 17 wasn't bad at all. Obviously, I can go nostalgic and say 2K11 because, the Jordan moments, the shoes. It was just a good game overall. Soundtrack was hitting. 2K12 was right there. My personal favorite 2K though, y'all may not like it. 2K13. The dribbling was good. Man, I know it was the first year we brought VC here, but I'm telling you, man, 2K13 was all around pretty good with the dribbling, animations, the gameplay. Everything to me was pretty decent. Plus, it was like, I think it was my first 2K I had on 360. So I was like, I was part of the cool kids then, you know. All right, so let's get into this video. Let's see what they're talking about.
6'6" is the tallest ISO build you can make and still be able to get gold lightning line. That's
Okay, off the rip, they're talking about silver, gold badges to return. I heard something about a legend as well. This is all new news to me. I have not been following 2K, so um, this is gonna be my first time actually seeing everything. So let's figure it out together. But right now, it's already some cheese. Hopefully they're gonna take away those demigod builds where you're like 6'9" with speed boost. But it's always, if there's a will, there's gonna be a way.
because it requires an 86 speed with ball, and starting at 6'7", no matter what you do, the highest speed with ball you can get is an 83. Now, does that mean any ISO build over 6'6" just isn't viable anymore? Absolutely not. There are multiple clips of NBA players with terrible dribble moves equipped, speed boosting perfectly fine.
My apologies. Shout out to my boy Simply Grinding. Great video. That's what I'm reacting to. The link to his channel will be in the description as well.
With silver lightning launch. So my 6'8" enthusiasts out there, don't worry, you're gonna be completely fine. And low-key, I'm gonna be joining y'all again this year. To get contact dunks this year, you need an 89 driving dunk and a 78 vertical. Not because that's what you need for posterizer, but because those are the minimum requirements to equip contact dunk animation. And finally, I have a full list of every single animation in the entire game. Not only that, it shows every single attribute and height requirement for the best dribble moves, jump shots, and dunk animations in NBA 2K25. And we're gonna go over them in this video. So yeah, if I were you, I'd stick around till the end. What's up, Simply Squad? It's your boy, Build.
Yo, the hanging on the rim is crazy. Like, what? The hanging on the rim is crazy. Like, that's insane.
connoisseur grinding, and I need y'all to drop a like right now, because the second this video hits 1,000 likes, I will drop a 6'8" demigod ISO build.
Hey, go over there and like his channel, man. Hey, I'm not gonna take anything out. Like his channel, go comment, go subscribe. Hey, we all in this together to give y'all the best news. I'm not selfish, so let's do this
That
together.
gets a 91 steal to unlock Gold Glove, has a maxed out ball handling and speed with balls, so you're as fast as a 6'8" can possibly be, and gets contact dunks so you can absolutely body your opponent over and over again. Subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on that, and even if you think you subscribe, double check and make sure, because trust me, you don't want to miss out on me teaching you how to dominate in the park on day one. Now we have a lot of builder news to cover, so let's just get into it. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention in the intro is we still have our max +1 badge. So when I'm out there with my 6'8" and he has gold lightning launch, even though you technically can't even get that in the builder, don't be asking no questions. Alright y'all, as always, we're gonna talk about things in order of most importance. And the most important change in the builder is the takeover. Now at first glance, having
So look at this chat. If you notice, they took out stamina and acceleration. If you notice, chat, they took out stamina and acceleration because they weren't important. I never used to put up my stamina. I used to put my stamina to like 90. Like it didn't matter really. And acceleration didn't matter.
72 takeovers can be a little overwhelming, but it's actually
72?
a lot simpler than you think. While there is technically 72 takeovers, a better way to describe it is that you get 14 takeover abilities that you can pick and choose from, and then you have 72 ways to get there. So to explain this better, let's look at these takeovers right here. The Kryptonite and Driver takeovers. As you can see, they both have this same takeover ability, which of course is Poster Machine. But Kryptonite and Driver are still technically two different takeovers, because Kryptonite upgrades your driving dunk, your speed, and your speed with ball as you level up through the takeovers, while Driver only levels up your driving dunk and your ball.
Man, chat. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how this is. We'll see.
So like I explained last video, as you play well in any given game, you are going to be earning takeover. And as you're earning takeover, you're going to progressively go through the levels of your takeover. So if you're at level 3 in your takeover bar in a game and you have Kryptonite activated, you are going to get a +4 boost to your driving dunk, your speed, and your speed with ball. But if you're at level 3 in your takeover and you have Driver activated, instead you're going to get a +6 boost to your driving dunk and your ball handle. And then once you reach level 5, whether you have Kryptonite or whether you have Driver, you're still going to unlock the same takeover ability, which is Poster Machine. You see what I mean now? Yes, there's 72 takeovers, but really there's 14 takeover abilities, and then there's just 72 different ways to get there. So now that you hopefully understand that, the next logical question is grinding. What are the 14 takeover abilities so I know what to go for? The 14 takeover abilities are Poster Machine, which makes skill dunks easier, Silky Shooter, which boosts your green window on moving shots and increases your chance of getting an ankle breaker, Marksman, which enhances your standstill perimeter shots, Lethal Layup, which increases your ability to make layups in traffic, Blur, which lets you get past people and drive to the basket easier, Deep Bomber, which increases your green window on deep threes, Spoiler, which gives you a higher efficiency at getting on ball and off ball steals, Vice, which is a defensive takeover that makes ball handlers pick up the ball more, Dishmaster, which is a glorified dimer, Rim Guardian, which is basically rim take, Interior Force, which increases the success rate of dunks and finishing under the basket, Blockade, which is basically brick wall, See the Future, which allows you to see where the rebound is landing, aka glass takeover, and last but not least, Deep Post Bag, a toxic takeover that you should never use. I'm kidding, obviously it enhances your post moves. Can I get y'all to drop a like?
So out of those 14, chat, what do y'all think is going to be the most overpowered and overused takeover? Me personally, when the game first come out, I think everyone's going to go for Silky Shooter. I think. And they're gonna realize that shooting is not as easy as they thought it was, and everyone's gonna make a like slasher. That's how it usually goes. Or it could be the other way around where everyone is like not wanting to even attempt to make a shooter. They want to make a driver out the gate, learn to shoot, then get a silky shooter. But like me personally, I mean I'm not getting the game, so I don't really care. But like I ain't seen nothing that's like, oh, like not yet. I mean, all this stuff they're adding in here, chat, for me, you know, it's cool and all, but like gameplay. And I don't mean like the little spectating they do when they add 2K day and no, forget that. When I'm actually on the game and I'm playing, like I want to see because I think they just keep like giving. At this point, it'd be smarter for 2K to do what Call of Duty does. Just name it NBA 2K, and every year just give us a patch, give us an update. Like just do it like that. But 2K is too money hungry for
for
that.
all this effort I'm putting in this video. And again, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Now, the last thing I want to say about TakeOver before we move on is you do not need to worry about not getting the TakeOver you want. I'm not gonna lie to you, I made over 15 builds at Community Day, and every single one of them had the TakeOver I wanted without me even thinking about it. As long as the TakeOver you want correlates with some attribute rating that you put in the builder, you will unlock a TakeOver that works great for you. So basically, as long as you don't make a pure inside center with no three-pointer when you want the deep bomber takeover ability, then you're going to be perfectly fine. Trust me, if you just make your build normally, you're gonna find a takeover that you love. Now, this next topic is massive. Sitting in front of me, I have a full list of every single animation in the entire game. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm not joking. And on this list of every single dunk animation, dribble move, layup style, hop step, go-to shot, everything you would need, I also have the height and attribute rating requirements right next to them. Now, first off, shout out to 2K for providing me with this list and for letting me attend Community Day. Still super grateful for that. And second, everything I'm about to tell you is subject to change. But if there are changes, they're gonna be extremely minor. So I want to cover some of the animations that y'all have been asking for. Now, if I sat here and said the height requirements every single time, I would lose my mind. So we're gonna follow a basic guideline.
Not gonna lie to you, the only animation that I did see on 2K that looked really, really smooth was Jamal Murray's pull up. His go-to move, his jump shot looked pure. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Caitlin Clark jumper looks crazy. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is my court. I ain't gay. I ain't like, in the not, I like that my court. I'm glad it is back. This is a nice clean court for sure.
So the height requirements are split up into three categories. The first category is animations that can only be put on from players that are 5'9" to 6'4". The second category is animations that can only be put on by players that are 6'5" to 6'.
And this is where everybody's gonna be. This right here is where everyone's gonna be. 6'5" to 6'9", 100%.
And the final category is animations that can only be put on by players that are 6'10" to 7'3". And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you every single time which category it's in. So for example, if I say you need an 85 driving layup for Allen Iverson layup style, you should already assume that that layup style can only be put on by 5'9" to 6'4" builds because Allen Iverson is within that height range. If there's any exceptions to that rule, I will say it. But if I don't say anything, just assume whatever height range the player I'm talking about falls in. Alright, now that we got that out the way, listen up because I can't show the document, but I can talk about it. The highest ball handling required dribble moves in the entire game requires a 92 ball handling rating, which means you will never need higher than a 92 ball handling rating to equip any dribble move that is based off of ball handling, except for one single exception, which is Steve Francis aggressive breakdown 95 overall ball handling. Other than that, all of Steph Curry, all of Trae Young, all of De'Aaron Fox, every other point guard in the entire game, all of their dribble moves require a 92 ball handle or less. Now,
when you come in, we want to equip you with
Everyone's gonna have a 92 ball handle. I'm already calling it now. I'm gonna call it now, man.
You'll never go above 92 ball handling. There's still badges in the game that require a 95 ball handling, but we're talking strictly animations here, which is kind of crazy, but not as crazy as this. The highest speed with ball rating requirement in the entire game is a 94 speed with ball, and that is to unlock Kyrie Irving dribble style, followed by Steph Curry and Damian Lillard dribble style at 91 speed with ball, and then Trae Young and De'Aaron Fox's dribble style at 90 speed with ball. I guess that means Kyrie Irving dribble style is about to feed family, which is good because on my small guard build, I do have a 95 ball handle, so I'm gonna be testing out all these dribble moves, and you know I got y'all with the best dribble moves video on the first week of the game. The highest size up escape move, like Trae Young size up escape, stuff like that. The highest rating requirement we can see here is a 92 ball handle, which unlocks Steph Curry size up escape, followed by LaMelo Ball at 91 ball handling, which actually breaks our assumption because it allows builds from 5'9" to 6'9" to equip LaMelo Ball size up escape. So if it's good, we might see little 5'9s running around with a LaMelo Ball dribble move. And then tied for third place is Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard size up escape at a 90 ball handling rating. I could go through every single dribble move, but I think that's enough for dribbling. If y'all have any specific questions, just ask me in the comments and I'll answer them below. So now let's talk about some of the requirements for shooting. The highest rated hop jumper in NBA 2K25 as of right now is Kobe Bryant hop jumper, and it requires a 92 three-pointer or a 92 midi. And then there's a lot of animations tied for second place, which all unlock at an 87 midi or an 87 three-pointer. The highest rated dribble pull-up is a tie between Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and Michael Jordan, and they all require an 87 three-point or an 87 midi. And finally, the highest rated go-to shot, the new mechanic in NBA 2K25, is a tie between Devin Booker and Kyrie Irving at an 87 midi or an 87 three-point rating. And then finally, to get both pro contact dunk animations, you need an 89 driving dunk and a 78 vertical. To get both elite contact dunks, you need a 99 driving dunk and a 90 vertical. To get both small contact dunks, you need a 93 driving dunk and an 80 vertical. And finally, to get both big man contact dunks, you need a 90 standing dunk and a 70 vertical. And obviously, to get the small contact dunks, you have to be 6'4" or smaller. And
it sounds like they lowered a lot of the attributes, you know, to accommodate the people of 2K, the 2K community. But we all know the first, like, everyone knows the first, like, let's just say before Christmas, 2K is the best because there's not a lot of kids online. There's not a lot of kids that have the game yet. So the best time to have 2K is in between when it first releases and like a little bit after Thanksgiving. After that, that's when the game goes kind of like downhill because, you know, obviously the kids come on and start cheesing the videos, the drip faces and all that weird stuff come out, you know. And us older guys are like, you know, or females like, So I think they are appeasing to the crowd, but I believe after like Christmas, I think it's gonna get way easier. Because they're gonna cry about the shooting, they're gonna cry about the interior deep. They do it every year. Then they patch it. Like the game usually is good. It's usually good. The first 3 months to 4 months of 2K is always fun. So remember that.
To get the big man contact dunks, you have to be 6'10" and taller, but the pro and elite contact dunks have no height requirement whatsoever. Now you have the highest ratings for a lot of the shots, dribble moves, and dunks in NBA 2K25. I hope you utilize all this info when you're making your builds. The next thing we need to go over is the difference between speed, speed with ball, and agility. Notice how I said agility and not acceleration because they removed acceleration and replaced it with a brand new rating. Now the good news about NBA 2K25's builder is that now it actually gives you a description of what you're upgrading and how this attribute will affect your gameplay. So if we look at what the game is telling us, it'll tell you that the only two ratings that affect your speed while you're dribbling are ball handling and speed with ball. Yes, you heard that right. No more worrying about 3 or 4 different ratings. When it comes to your speed boost, the only thing that matters is your ball handling rating and your speed with ball. So Brandon, why would I upgrade agility? agility then. Agility this year affects how fast you accelerate and how fast you move laterally when you don't have the ball. So basically your agility rating will affect you a lot on defense and will affect your first couple of steps when you're running without the ball. So for example, if you're going for a lane steal, it affects your burst there. If you're running on a fast break, the first 2 steps will go off your agility rating, stuff like that, but it will never affect how fast you move while you're dribbling the ball. And then finally, just like last year, speed is how fast you move once your agility rating runs out. So again, you're on a fast break, the first 2 steps gonna go off your agility rating. Once that agility rating is done, that's when your speed kicks in. And I will say, I really like this change because depending on what build you're making, one of these stats will matter more than the other for that build, and then you make a new build and another stat will be more important. For example, if you're making a lockdown, agility is super important. How fast you move laterally is super important on a lockdown. But if I'm making a small guard, I don't necessarily need that much agility unless I'm going for a certain badge that goes off of agility. And then honestly, speed is just one of those things that we're gonna have to figure out like a month or 2 into the game. At first, everyone's gonna be safe and have a pretty high speed because nobody wants to be running super slow, which is not fun. But just like last year with the low acceleration builds, I'm sure that there might be some low speed builds that come out so you can get more attributes and make even better builds. So we're gonna have to see. But at first, I would say play it safe, make your speed decently high, like around 85-ish, so you don't go out there and your players running in mud. Now I'm about to show you some of my very first builds I made at Community Day before we had any animation requirements, so I can show you exactly where I went wrong so you don't make the same mistake. But first, I want to cover some build caps that I found that you might find interesting. First off, 6-foot builds are the tallest build you can make and still get a 99 ball handle. So if you were really hoping to get Legend Ankle Breaker, you're gonna have to go 6 foot or shorter.
And like I said, chat, 2K is always good in the first 3 to 4 months. They're gonna complain about this. They're gonna be tweeting Mike Wayne. They're gonna be crying, and he's gonna patch it. I'm telling you, this happens every time. That's why if you really want to play 2K and really get a feel for it, play the 3 or 4 months before like I said, Christmas. That's the best you're gonna get, man. I'm telling you.
Or you're gonna have to go a build that gets Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker and then max +1 it to Legend Ankle Breaker. And by the way, if you don't know what max +1 is, basically once you max out a badge, so let's say I get Posterizer on Hall of Fame in the builder, and then I play Park for the first week and I max out my Posterizer to Hall of Fame. I can apply a badge perk that I get called max +1. I'm pretty sure you unlock it in the season pass. And if I equip it to my Hall of Fame Posterizer, I will then unlock Legend.
Chat, I ain't been level 40 on none of them damn seasons. I ain't gonna lie to you. Never have. I think the highest I got was like 25 or something like that, bro. I ain't never been no 40, bro. I don't play it that much. Shout out to y'all if y'all do that. Me personally, I don't do that. Nah.
Posterizer, even though my build couldn't unlock it in the builder. A super cool way to get legend badges even if your build can't technically get them. So just keep that in mind. The next cap I found is that 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan is the tallest build you can make and still get a 99 steal. Then I also found that 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan is the tallest build you can make to get a 99 driving dunk. And then 6'4" with a 7-foot wingspan is the shortest build you can make to get a 99 driving dunk. And then finally, the last weird cap that I found is that 6'5" with the lowest wingspan is the tallest build you can make to get a 99 3-point rating. Someone asked me to look for those caps when I got a community day, so I thought I'd just let y'all know. Now, without further ado, let's get into some builds that I messed up on, starting with this 6'6" build. Now, when I got to community day, and the very first build I made was a 6'6" build that was basically just a better version of what we had in 2K24, I was absolutely cheesing. Now keep in mind, at this point in community day, we haven't been given any contact dunk requirements, we haven't gotten any animation requirements, so I was fully judging this build based off of the badges I unlocked. And man, did it look good. I had gold playmaking badges, I had a high 3-point rating, I had plans to max +1 it so I'd get Hall of Fame or gold shooting badges, I had Posterizer, and on top of all that, I still had really good defense for an ISO build. But obviously, knowing what I know now, this build absolutely sucks. First off, with these driving dunk ratings, the only contact dunk animation I would unlock is pro contact dunks off 2. And if you've played 2K before, you know that wasting all those attributes to get one measly animation is just not worth it. Second, I have all this defense, but I have no agility whatsoever. So I was really gonna go out there day one and be like, hey man, why am I moving so slow? I have an 89 perimeter defense. To which all of y'all would look at me like I'm stupid and say, hey bro, you got a 71 agility. What do you think? And then finally, now that I have this animation list, I can see that there's barely any moves for 6'5" to 6'9" that even require anything over an 85, let alone a 93. So unless I really want Kobe Bryant spin at 88 ball handle, or for whatever reason, for whatever build I'm making, I really want to use my 2 max plus 1s on something other than my playmaking badges, I should probably lower my ball handling to a more reasonable rating and distribute those super expensive attribute points somewhere else. Now please don't look at this trash build and think, oh, Grant is going to be dropping hot trash. I bet I'm not watching none of his build video. I promise you, I'm dropping peak. Again, this was my first hour of community day. We had none of the information available to us at this time, so I wanted to show y'all the mistakes I made so y'all don't make it too.
Hey, Chad, y'all better be careful, man, because y'all know how 2K be. Y'all be making them builds, they be patching y'all builds. Y'all gotta go ahead and get to that Play Store and buy that VC. Hey, I done had a couple of my builds patched. Ain't nothing worse than having an OP build and the next day your game's updating and then for some reason your player is no longer good because someone was complaining about it. Remember what year was that? I don't play 2K, man, but it was a year where I had a 6'7", man. He was getting right. I think it was either last year or 2 years ago. And one day I woke up and he was nerfed. Just like a gun in Call of Duty, they nerfed me.
One more build I want to show y'all is this 6'4" build that I actually tweeted about at the time that I thought was going to be the greatest build of all time. And rightfully so. I got a 93 ball handle, a 93 3-point rating, and a 93 driving dunk. In my head at the time, I thought I made the 2K20 BP. Now the good news is I actually made the 2K20 BP and I'm dropping that video tonight. So again, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. But the reason this isn't the 2K20 BP with even more defense is because 6'4" builds have one major flaw. Yes, they can get attributes that look as souped as this, but they cannot get mini marksman at any tier whatsoever. In one, y'all know me, I'm trying to shoot over heads. In two, if you're gonna make a small build, you need the advantage of being able to shoot over taller defenders. If not, life is just gonna be super hard for you. So write this down in your notes. To get mini marksman, you need to be 6'3" and under. So one of the builds I'm showing y'all tonight is a 6'3" BP build that I think could actually be the meta of NBA 2K25.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Like I said, all these early builds, look, all these early builds right now, chat, are useless. Like, your build will be nerfed. Like, this should be your time just to experiment. Don't spend no VC. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of experiment the gameplay and all that and see how everything rocking. But other than that, I wouldn't even spend all your money right now, especially if you pre-order the game. You know how they do. They give you that VC when you pre-order the game. Don't use that on your first builds. Don't do that. Don't do it. Let 2K patch and whatever they got to do, then do that. That's why my builds always are like usually decent, because I don't spend a lot on the initial builds. I wait like 4 months. Like I said, after Christmas, that's when the real 2K here, and then you will see what you need to do.
Excited about that build. It's actually going to be my day one build of NBA 2K25. I've decided that I'm starting with a small guard this year because the content is just going to be amazing with it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. One thing that I thought was funny was I took this already terrible quote-unquote BP build and I found a way to make it even worse. The first 2 hours I spent in the builder, I was literally just out here guessing, bro. It's honestly hilarious looking back how much I know now versus how much I knew then. When y'all see the builds I dropped tonight, y'all are going to be stunned by how much my knowledge of the builder builder grew between last week and this week. Cause trust me, I'm hooking y'all up with the sub. And finally, last but not least, I want to just leave some footage up of me going up and down through the height, the weight, the wingspan, so you can see what goes up and what goes down, as well as me upgrading certain attributes, so you can see which attributes are grouped together, so you can kind of plan in your head what build.
You're a wild man if you make any player under 6'4" this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. Unless you about to be a sniping dribble god, but you better get some height. I'm telling you, this year, I really think the sweet spot right now, because I know everybody want to try the dribble moves, but I'm telling you right now, history repeats itself. I think the meta this year, because you got to think about it like this. You always got to look at the players that are in the game, that are good. You got to look at LeBron James's player. You got to look at Bronny James as well. I know his overall is low, but I'm telling you right now, you got to look at those type of players. And I think honestly, like 6'5", in between 6'5" and 6'8" is gonna be this year's meta for sure. Like short guys, they're gonna definitely be shooting on that, but I think doing everything, I honestly think like 6'6", 6'7" is what, if I were to get the game, I'll make a 6'6", 6'7" for sure.
You're gonna make and what attributes you're gonna decide to keep or leave without. Like for example, if you're making a lockdown, obviously you're gonna need agility, so maybe you go a little bit down on speed, or maybe you don't go block, or you don't go strength. You're gonna have to decide.
And also, like, I hate to keep pausing the video, but the game isn't about who can make the best meta build. Like, I get that's what y'all mindset is, but have fun, man. I remember when 2K used to be fun, bro. Like, we didn't even get videos like this back in the day, bro. You used to get 2K, make your mod player, bro, and just, get on my career and just grind it, bro. Like, now it's more so I gotta have the best build out the gate. Like, I get it, bro, the competition part, but like, it took the fun out of it, man. That's why, like, I'm low key, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to down rate on y'all parade because I know some of y'all that's how y'all is. But for me, I'm an old head now considered, you know what I'm saying? I like 2K for the fact that we can have fun. That's something you do after you get out of school. You had a long day, you get to come back and chill. And I can't get off work and be going against a dribble god, man. I don't want to, bro. Come on, bro. Sitting hiding behind screens and all that. Don't nobody want to deal with that at all. But that's where we at now, man. So
What you're okay with leaving on the table and what you're not, and what you want to grab on your build. One thing I will say is that the builder might seem a little complicated at first, but honestly for most of y'all, I don't think it will. I think the main problem I had was I didn't have the information.
Look, 6'6". I'm telling you, 6'6", bro. I'm telling you that if I were to get this game, 6'6" and 6'7" is the sweet spot. No cap.
That y'all do when I first got on the builder. So now that you know the contact dunk requirements, the best dribble move requirements, the best go-to shot.
2K is fucking trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's fucking ass. I didn't see anything different from that my player builder. They took out two attributes. Congratulations. I think this is gonna be the same game. It's gonna be good for 3 to 4 months. They're gonna patch y'all builds. Y'all gonna be mad again. Y'all gonna be tweeting Ronnie 2K. Y'all gonna be tweeting Mike Wing. It's gonna be the same thing over and over again. The best thing that ever happened to 2K for them was VC, because y'all buy it. Y'all the reason that 2K is ass. And I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. I'm tired of this game. I am tired of 2K. I'm tired of them disrespecting us. We are the originators of 2K. I don't care about no build. I want to see the gameplay. I want to get that feel again. Why do I gotta go to the park or go online and have fun? Remember 2K used to be fun offline. Y'all probably don't remember that because y'all ain't part of that era. 2K13 was the first game to have VC. I'll never forget, it was like yesterday. I connected to the internet for the first time. A hotspot. They didn't even have internet. And the SP, the skill points went to VC. And it ain't been the same since.